Ladies and gentlemen, I, Fiona Lees, being the returning officer for the parliamentary election for the Kilmarnock and Loudoun constituency, hereby declare that the total number of votes cast for each candidate in the said election was as follows: Alan Brown, Scottish National Party, SNP, 19,690. Laura Dover, Scottish Labour Party, 13,421. Alison Harper, Scottish Conservative and Unionist, 12,404. Irene Lang, Scottish Liberal Democrats, 994. And that the said Alan Brown has been duly elected to serve as the Member of Parliament for the Kilmarnock and Loudoun constituency.
I could see a few confused faces because clearly the number of votes for me went down, but the most important thing is I've won again. I said before it was such an honour to be elected to serve the constituency I've spent my entire life in. It's an even bigger honour to manage to get re-elected, and that's the most important thing, and I'm so proud to have achieved that. I'd like to thank the returning officer and all the staff involved for conducting the election and getting us to the count very quickly again. I'd like to thank the police for keeping us safe. Events recently, in particular events at Westminster, have highlighted just what the police do to try and protect the public, and I don't think we should forget that. Nobody should ever go to their job and lose their life and not return home to their family. And we've seen that happen to too many police, so I'm really grateful for the job they do in protecting the wider public. I'd like to thank my agent, who's also my wife, Cindy. Thanks very much, Cindy. Love you. Cindy's she just started a new job which coincided with my campaign, so it's been a very difficult few weeks, but we've got there. I'd like to thank my campaign manager, Graham Barton, and all the activists that have put their heart and soul into this. Without you, I could not be here, and it's much appreciated. Today, the weather was terrible, and we had activists out, chapping doors, manning the polling stations. There's absolutely no doubt we had the most activists on the streets, and that's indicative of the support I've got, and it's reflected in getting us over the finishing line today. Now, I'm so proud to be re-elected. There's no doubt it's a bittersweet moment. The first result announced saw one of my fantastic colleagues, Margaret Ferrier, lose her seat. And it looks like there will be more of my great colleagues that lose their seats. So I wish all the best to all the guys. Hope as many of them get over the finish line as they can. There is no doubt that the SNP provided the real opposition to the Tories for the last couple of years, and unfortunately that's perhaps not getting reflected in all the constituencies tonight. But these guys were fantastic to work with, and hopefully as many of them as possible will get re-elected. I represent the Scottish National Party. There is no doubt the Scottish National Party is the party that still stands up for Scotland. We are the only party tonight that is fighting every seat in Scotland. So while we might suffer losses, we've done that trying hard to fight every seat. No paper candidates. We aim to win every seat, and we will continue to stand up for Scotland. I said in my hustings, I believe the Tory party aimed to stoke division, to create a them and us attitude, and that was apparent at Westminster. And I think it looks like Theresa May is going to get her comeuppance in that. That's one thing that's well deserved. Politics has been very interesting in the last few years. It remains interesting, it remains volatile, but one good thing is that means voters have got a lot of power. I said that before, voters can enact change, and we're still in that, so that's a good thing for democracy. It's very interesting. I look forward to coming back down to Westminster in these interesting times, standing up for the constituency, standing up for Scotland, and I promise I will work hard. And I thank all the voters that have put their faith in me once again, and thanks to everybody here. Thank you.